Yeah, just get in there.
So,
There we go. Does he look good in there, Mike, yeah? There we go. Looking handsome.
You're an actor anyway, so this should be I'm natural.
We're with Gary Rowley, Noble Fight Championship tomorrow. How's the process been like setting up the promotion? We know I think you started in 2021.
yeah.
What's the process been like setting it up?
Stressful. Yeah. It's been a lot of hard work. I mean, what I find for a lot of promoters, a lot of other promoters, is that they are quite well known. I haven't had that many fights. Not a lot of people really know me around the country. Primarily known in the southwest and Wales and stuff like that, obviously through fighting on local shows and stuff. So I have found it more challenging to kind of get a bit of traction going.
Yeah.
But now with this one, we've got Leapfrog on board as well. You guys are now here. There's more tickets been sold for this show, which is obviously great. So yeah, hopefully that'll start pulling more people in.
Yeah. I suppose for only starting in 2021 as well, like we're at a good stage. The trajectory sounds like it's just gone up.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
But obviously we're down today filming some of the boys at Combat Warriors. Do you work closely with this gym? Are you a part of this gym?
Yeah. So I've been part of Combat Warriors since 2014, something like that. So I'm part of the furniture.
Yeah. What is it like for you when you see obviously your teammates and that going to war, but you're the promoter? Do you look at the matchups and think, I'll put them into a bit of an easier one? Like, how do you do the matchmaking?
Why would
Feed them to the lions?
Why would anyone want that? No one wants an easy fight, really, do they?
No.
Everyone wants to go out there and showcase their skills. If people are getting easy fights, they're not really doing the job that they're meant to be doing. You know, the whole point of putting on a show is showcasing what you've got and putting it out there for everyone to see, and everyone having a good time and entertaining people. That is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I don't like to give people easy fights.
Obviously, with your fight journey, how did you actually get involved in Thai and K1 with yourself, like actually fighting?
Well, I started doing Thai boxing when I was 16. I lived in Spain. I had a bit of a break for a while, and when I came back to England and started training again. But I didn't actually start fighting until 2013. But I have had a lot of breaks in between for various different health reasons, etc. So yeah, I've only had 6 fights.
6 fights.
Yeah, so not many.
And you're still just obviously Roberto was telling us the other day that you're looking to gear up for your last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
mixy again.
So we were at Nathan Benden's show a few weeks ago, and we were watching the fights, and my girlfriend looked at me and she was like, "You should fight again." This is a relatively new relationship, so she's never really seen me fight or train or anything like that.
She sees the fire in you, boy. You got the fire in your mind.
Normally it's the missus saying, "Don't go back in there for one more."
She was like,
"I want to see it in there."
I want to see
He's
it.
eagerly scratching. I love that, man.
Because she's like, "I want to see it," I'm like, "Yeah, all right." Yeah, I'll do it.
Obviously, being you're an older fighter, what's it like preparation-wise actually going back in there and training to fight again?
I think the biggest thing for me at the moment is time. I'm a single dad of 3 kids. You know, they're with me full time. So that is my primary concern, is the lack of time. Yeah, exactly. But because of the kids, the lack of time that I'm able to put into my training. I wouldn't like to go against some 24-year-old hungry, young lad that's been consistent over the last couple of years. That'll be a hard fight. Not that I want an easy fight, but
if you could
probably just batter me.
You don't want an up and comer. You want someone around your sort of a vet, maybe maybe someone else gearing up for their last fight, or someone who's
old and battered.
Old and battered. Put a vet's card on.
Yeah, indeed. Exactly.
Obviously, like you mentioned earlier, part-time actor.
Yes.
How did you get involved with acting?
I did a fight scene in a mate's movie. And I met a few actors there as well, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, you should sign up to this agency, that agency for extra work and things like that." So I did that. started working on a new TV series called The Winter King, which just came out on MGM Plus. A little plug for that on the 20th of August.
Plugs up.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. Yeah, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. So within 6 months, I'd got my first professional, like, paid acting job. I got myself onto Spotlight, which is where all the professional actors have to be and where the casting directors look for you. Yeah, and I've been fairly busy with that lately. Did some motion capture for Born on Road down at Boomtown. Yeah, so that was pretty sick.
We've got a high roller.
Yeah.
We caught him early.
Is that something you want to stay doing? Is that something you'd like to sort of be like a full-time job if you could?
Well, with acting, it's never really a full-time job because like 98% of actors aren't actually working.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it bubbling in the background. I've got all my other things going on at the moment. So yeah, it's there. I'm doing all right. I've had some good auditions.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about, but
You're also an S&C coach.
I am. Yeah, I'm a level 4 strength and conditioning coach. Yeah.
So how did you come about doing that? What made
Don
you get into
Heatrick
it?
inspired me actually.
Who was that?
Don Heatrick. He's another Thai boxing specific strength
okay.
and conditioning coach. So I got talking to Don, and I was really interested in obviously how the body works and what makes a better fighter, both mechanically and psychologically, physiologically. So just through having talks with him, he inspired me to, go and become an S&C coach myself. So,
do you think it's important, because we've got someone around our area who's just boxing specific now, do you think it's important that if it's Thai specific, it should be someone involved with Thai or who's done Thai so they know how the mechanics work?
Not necessarily. So I don't know much about football or rugby, but I could coach S&C through football and rugby because what's important
You understand the mechanicals.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd go and research it. I'd find out what position you play. I'd find out, what kind of movements that creates. And you're recreating movements at the end of the day, so we're not really training muscles, we're training movements. And we want to enhance that movement pattern as much as we can to get the best out of you.
That sounds like you got a passion for it.
Yeah. It's like you're doing a lot, man. He's got 3 kids.
But it shows you what's achievable. You ain't gave up. Like, you've got 3 kids, you're a single parent. Like, you could have just been like, nah, I just need to do this. But you're still chipping away and doing other things and showing it's possible.
Away.
I love that.
And pushing the boundaries of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how important has martial arts been for, obviously, yourself and your mental health with being a parent of 3?
You know what? It's definitely a challenge having kids, and those 3 are absolutely everything to me. And I mean, they're pretty well behaved as well, so I'm quite lucky in that respect. So really, like, for my mental health, that side of things isn't really an issue. However, my martial arts journey when I was younger, when I was 16, I grew up in quite an abusive household with my mum's first husband, who was quite violent. And when I got older and she left and I moved to Spain to go and live with my grandparents, that's where I really started my martial arts journey. And my confidence skyrocketed. I was really weak and feeble. I remember my first day at the gym doing knuckle-ups on a really hard floor. And I had the Spanish kids next to me laughing at me because I could barely do 3.
Yeah.
A year later, obviously, it was a different story. But yeah, it was...
It's like it turns you into a warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that really did help me become the person that I am, being where I was and, coming from that kind of shy, quiet background. Also, meeting girls in clubs helped.
What was it actually like living in Spain? Did you enjoy it over there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago, so it was a lot different to what it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was... I love Spain. It is like my second home.
Well, can you speak Spanish and stuff?
A little bit.
But
that was a long time ago, so I'm not going to do it.
Hola, mi amigo. No, that's brilliant, man. And obviously, like you touched on there with your past and stuff, it's brilliant that you've been able to sort of overcome it and like make a better life for yourself and not let it like kind of drag you back down into a hole or anything like that. obviously we have. Oh no, I'll touch on this as well. Obviously, your son's fighting on the card tomorrow.
Yeah.
This podcast will probably be out by then anyway. What's it like for you having your son fight on your card?
A roller coaster of emotions, really. First off, I was excited. Then I spoke to his mum, and she was a bit worried, so that kind of seeped in a little bit. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm confident.
Are you coaching
I've trained
him?
him well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a little studio as well, so I can take him down there and train him kind of whenever.
Yeah. Oh,
We come here and we train and he hits the pads.
How has it been to watch your son grow as a fighter and grow as a person?
Yeah. No. He's done really well actually. He's done really, really well, and he enjoys it. You can see how much enjoyment that he gets out of it. And obviously that's key. It's putting the fundamentals or the fun in fundamentals for the kids, and he enjoys it. The other two not so much, but he really does.
But he loves it. Oh,
That's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Where do you see Noble Fight Championship in the upcoming 5 years? Like, where do you want it to be? I don't want to look too far, but even in the next year or 2 years, where do you want it to be?
You know what? For now, I'm quite happy with it going at the nice pace it is going at. I don't want to say that I would like to, jump up and have some crazy, amazing fights and get people from abroad and things like that. At the moment, we're good.
Stay on a steady trajectory.
It's steady.
Yeah.
Maybe in 5 years, maybe we could have some international fights and start putting on some people that are really well known. But for now, I reckon, we're keeping it quite simple, and it's working.
Yeah.
It's working for it.
Do you stick with just like people from around this area, like the Bristol, Gloucester area, or do you get people from do people from up north come down or down south come up?
Sometimes I think the majority of people are southwest and South Wales.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got people from London. We've had people from Midlands. We have any? Yeah. I think we had a couple from up north. I can't remember off the top of my head now for the first one. So yeah, Isle of Man as well.
Isle of Man
from coming. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
So Jones MMA and Fitness from Isle of Man come down. They've been to all of them actually, apart from this one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's brilliant, man. And obviously the two finishing questions we like to ask everyone. How do you want to be remembered? So when it's all said and done for you, Noble Fight Championships up there with the best.
Yeah.
You're acting full time. You're on the next Batman movie. Your son's a killer in one championship. How do you want to be remembered?
Ooh, that is a very good question. How do I want to be remembered? I think that for me, it's just important that I leave a legacy for my kids. Now, in 2016, for one of my other fights, my second to last, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer the week I was fighting. So I got the phone call from the hospital on the Monday to say that they booked me in for operation on the Friday, and I was fighting on the Saturday. So I was on the phone going, I can't do that day. And they were like, why? And I said, and in my head I'm like, don't tell me fighting, don't tell me fighting, don't tell me fighting. And I told them that I was going on holiday. So they're like, oh, enjoy your holiday, we'll see you next week. So I managed to get into my fight. I won, which is great. And then I went for an operation like the week after. And then I found out that the cancer had invaded a lymph node about a year later. So I know, because I had radiotherapy and chemotherapy and things like that, so I know now how precious life is and how important it is for me to leave a legacy for them.
Yeah.
So it's not about being remembered by other people. I don't care about that. It's those three. It's leaving the legacy for them so they can have a good life, and then carry on doing the things that I was doing, and and then maybe for their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the legacy for them and being remembered through them.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Obviously, I do want to touch on how is everything now with the testicular cancer now? How is everything?
Yeah.
going?
So it's been over 5 years, so I'm all clear now.
You're all clear.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, man. What that emotion and that when you got it? What was actually going through your head at the time?
When I found out the week that I had it, or fight week.
Yeah, just in general, like what was the emotion like when someone that's said to you?
Fear of not feeling like a man anymore. Maybe feeling like I wasn't going to be able to do the things that I wanted to do anymore. How emasculated I might feel having one testicle. I don't feel like that now.
Yeah.
Made jokes about it for years.
Yeah.
You got to know, innit? I've got a pretty dark sense of humour. So yeah, I think, it was a very dark and scary time. Best weight cut I've ever had.
Like, it's good you can look back on it though, and you can have a laugh and a joke.
Yeah.
And you don't hold it as like a grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you've got to laugh at stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you don't, you will cry.
Yeah. No, I've heard a lot of people say that, to be fair, about with that saying, like, if you don't laugh, you generally will cry.
Yeah.
So it's better to just kind of keep a positive spin on it.
Exactly.
And the final question is your most euphoric moment in life so far.
Can't say that on here. My most euphoric moment. It's being a dad. Honestly, that is absolutely everything. They went away on holiday for a week with their mum. They come back straight out the car, ran over to me, all three of them, giving me a big hug. There's nothing like that. No words can explain
The love.
how the love for that. It is just, that is the most euphoric thing I have ever experienced.
Do you think, obviously, we're like our age group are sort of going into a generation where people are kind of pushing away from that, or people having kids a lot later or not having kids? Do you think it's important for everyone to experience having a kid and wanting to raise a child? No.
I think it's important that you do what you think is right for yourself. And if you don't think kids are important and you don't want kids, don't have kids. It's as simple as that. I don't think people should be prioritising looking to have children.
Yeah.
People need to do what they want to do. And I think that's important, and that's key for your mental health as well.
Yeah.
Imagine having a child that you don't really want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good for you. That's not good for the kid.
No, it's not.
So if you don't want them, don't have them.
You're a very laid back person, man.
Very stoic.
Yeah.
I'd say stoic is the right word. Yeah. You
nice.
understand. I feel like you understand yourself and life. You got a good grasp of things. You're trying to get better.
Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah, growth. I mean, you can only really go through growth as well through getting out of your comfort zone. I've been uncomfortable a lot in my life. So yeah, I've grown throughout the years. Probably a lot more so over the last 2.5 years as well, since I split up with her mum.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now I found myself again, I think.
I like that.
That's brilliant.
Oh, fuck it.
That's a brilliant message for everyone out there as well.
Yeah.
I love
Don't get married.
and don't have kids if you don't want them. Gary, thank you for coming on, man. I really
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having
Brilliant.
me.
It was it's brilliant. People,
Pleasure.
go watch the movie or the series that's coming out.
Yeah.
I'll get Roberto to send me the links.
The movie's Gifted Pain, that's coming out in a few months.
Gifted Pain, and check out Noble Fight Combat.
Noble Combat Championship.
Noble Combat Championship. There's so many fight things at the minute. I'm getting them all I'm chucking them all in together. I'll leave all the links down below. People check it out. There'll be pay-per-views and stuff now. With
Leapfrog. There's a pay-per-view with Leapfrog.
So people can go and check it out through Leapfrog. And it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on the Curiosity Gin, and peace, people.
Peace.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you. That was brilliant, man.